Okay guys, back out on the bank. So today you join me, new fishery for me. As I said, we're trying to catch, in the last video, I had no spoilers at the beginning of the video, and then at the end I went and said it, didn't I? But yeah, we're after our first sturgeon. So we're going to Mineral Lakes, 4:30 alarm clock. It's days only at the minute on this lake. And yeah, so it's 7, so I got here, no sorry, it's 7:30. I actually got here for 7. But he opens the gate at 7:30 and it's fishing just till 4. Right, so I brought the brolly, well, the bivvy, and I'm glad I did. It's absolutely baking. So finally just got the rods settled and everything. I've already had 2 fish. People are catching all around the lake instantly, and the first fish was within minutes. So it's going to be a bit of a crazy day. As I drop the rod in after the first fish, I spooked a fish off the spot, right in the margins. I've just got them both in the margins, one to the left, one to the right. From what everybody said here, that's the sturgeon, patrol the margins, just go for that. So that's what I'm doing. Trusty pepper army, I'll show you the rigs later. And yeah, it's absolutely baking, so everything's thinking you can have a drink now, try and cool down, and then I'll show you what's what. But yeah, we've had a little, like a hybrid, look like it must be a roach bream hybrid, and then a small common. So hopefully they get bigger. Speaking to a lad, he had his come here last week for the first time. He had a 20-pound sturgeon, and he said it was just hectic all day, and he had to fish really big baits just to get through the little ones. So we'll see how it goes. I'm fishing sort of a medium-sized pepper army bait. So yeah, if we have to, we'll go to donkey chokers. But for now, we'll see. I'm happy catching fish. If we get a sturgeon, I'm going to be absolutely buzzing. So yeah, let's get a drink. Well, guys. First, rod's been out 2 minutes. Someone's already caught something down there. It's crazy. I got this. I won't bring. Maybe in my. With this first cast, that's a hybrid, isn't it? I don't think I've ever seen one like that though. Cracking fish. Imagine that on the float. Right, let's get him back. So you should be listening to the alarm going here. Unfortunately, the camera decided that it was not going to film audio. I'm not sure why. I've got to look into that. But yeah, I've left this one in because the pod goes over. I did use pegs to peg it down afterwards. Well, they're getting big. Well, they're getting bigger. It's going in the right direction. Third fish of the trip. Plenty of liners, and yeah, drop runs. There's a lot of small carp in here. Possibly slightly bigger than the last one, so going in the right direction. Well, they're still going in the right direction. Got our first mirror. Great scrap off this one. Are we nearly double figures? Maybe we're getting into double figures. Either way, cracking fish. There we go. Let's quick look at the other side and we'll get him straight back. Well, I did end up weighing the last one. It was 9.5. It's not quite a double, and we've gone a bit smaller. I'm going to get this one straight back. Someone's just got a cracking sturgeon opposite me, so get this one straight back. Get the rod out. This is the rig we're using today. It's my bottom bait rig. So just got a loop that we connect to the lead clip, anti-tangle sleeve, coated braid, last bit stripped off, and then we've got a kicker and a bit of shrink tube for blowback. What I do is I've got a couple that I've made up on the bank in the dark, but these ones here, what I do is I've wrote out all the measurements. It just makes it quicker. So basically, the total length that I cut of the combi, the braid, is the length of the box. So there's no width to sort of minimise the wastage. Then I strip 5 inches. Again, just worked it out what was the best. And then, before I tie my knotless knot, I put the bend 2 centimeters away from the end, so that the hair's always the same. And then if that hair's a bit too long, you can just tie an overhand knot in it for smaller baits, and if you want to go with a bigger bait, just use an extender stop. So you can just knock them up. I mean, if need be, obviously I will make fresh rigs if I need something a bit more different again, but that's just a standard bottom bait rig that covers me for most situations. And by putting those measurements in your phone, in my Samsung Notes, I put the measurements in, and that way every time I make them I get relatively consistent results, you know, and wasting less material. And obviously this is reusable, the kicker's reusable, so you just lose in the hook, the shrink tube and the braid. Well, one thing's for sure, they really like the bait in here. As soon as you put a bit of bait in, start getting indications straight away as soon as you put some pellet in. So I'm going to increase that. Look at the length on this fish. He'd definitely be a double if he had the girth to go with the length. Not that much of a fight that you'd think, looking at the length of it. Anyway, let's get it back and more bait out. Well, another one that's not quite a double, 9.5. Same as the other mirror. Let's get him back. Bites are coming thick and fast now. Well guys, it's happened. Right hand rod. Put it back out. Must have had about 9 carp by now. Anyway, cheesy garlic pellets over the top. Had a take. It didn't seem. It was not a screamer exactly, but a juttering take. I came out. There was bow waves everywhere. I just thought it was another carp, to be honest. And start of the fight, just felt like one of these crazy commons I've been getting. And then I seen the tail come out of the water, and that was it. And then anyway, it turned into a really good fight. And we've had the other rod's bleeping away there. Our first sturgeon. £15. So chuffed. That has made the journey more than worth it. Wait, look at the other side. Prehistoric monster. Not long put that sturgeon back, 5 minutes, and the right hand rod, yeah, biggest carp. So, I've only just put that sturgeon back 5 minutes ago. We've got this chunky 10.5 pound mirror. That's the biggest carp of the trip. Great scrap. That's probably the longest between fish, to be fair. I think I've had a fish for maybe 40 minutes. Anyway, this little common just went on the left hand rod. We've been having liners and stuff. Let's get him back. Well, another species. The poor things don't get enough love, in my opinion. Sean, if you're watching, come on. Let's get these fish on the camera. This fish over me left hand rod now, swirling, tails up on the surface. So I won't be surprised if that rod goes now. Right, let's get him back. Well, coming into the last hour now. Just had this pristine common. Quick look at the other side, we get it back. Just starting to pack down now. These are only little again in that one. Well guys, pods away, rods were on the floor, thought the rod tip was moving a bit, and what a way to finish. Our second devastation. Sturgeon, stay still. A lot smaller. That's it now, it's time to go. Quick look at the other side. Alright mate, God, pain. Come on. There we go. Let's get him back, otherwise we're going to get trapped in here. Back home now. Yeah, a great crazy session. I've got to say though, the weather, it was boiling. I can't believe I've got this week to go fishing, and it's yeah, it's red hot. It's a bit cooler back in sunny Wales though. I checked the temperature, it's going to be 28 degrees there today. It's actually quite a bit cooler down here. It's more like the low 20s. Yeah, and then I'm going on the coast tomorrow, and it's again, you got the breeze, haven't you? So yeah, but that it was hot and it was such hard work. You were up and down like a yo-yo, and even though I had the bivvy with me and I was under that, you know, apart from dealing with fish, I actually sunburnt, so that just goes to show how much I was out dealing with fish and things like that. So we finished on 13 fish. We had a hybrid, a bream, 3 mirrors, 6 commons, and the 2 sturgeons. And I must have lost half a dozen fish at least. Now I wasn't there for those small carp, and I don't, you know, it's nice to get the bites and stuff, but if I'd have put on a smaller bait, the hook bait I was using was probably about sort of 15 mil. No, probably a bit, somewhere between 15 and 20 mil in length of pepperami, and yeah, I think if I'd have gone smaller, I could have caught them. I think I could have caught an unlimited amount. To be honest, it was absolutely rammed. As soon as you put pellet in, it brought the fish in. Now I kept doing that, and I upped the bait. I ended up using about 3 kilos of bait, which for me is a lot, and it's only a day session. It's 7:30. I mean, by the time I got set up, 8 till 4. So yeah, 3 kilos, quite a lot of bait for me anyway. So yeah, definitely if you go bait, they love it, and you can't put enough in. I think if I'd have put more in, probably would have got more carp. But yeah, like I said, we're there for the sturgeon. We got one. That's my 44th species of the year. Absolutely made up. If I'd have come away with no sturgeon, I would have considered it to be not a success. Just on the fact that it's 2 hours each way, 4-hour round trip, and there's plenty of commercials half an hour down the road. So yeah, the sturgeon is what we're there for, and we caught them, so I'm absolutely made up. Would I recommend the place? Yeah, I would. Just know that, like, it depends what you're going for. If you're going for the sturgeon, you've got a really good chance. They were a lad opposite me had a few, and there was plenty of fish coming out, so you've got a really good chance for a sturgeon. For the carp, no. They're too small for me personally. However, if you're just starting out and you know maybe you're not too far away, then yeah, fantastic fishing. And I mean, you know, it's just one of those, you can't go wrong. It's simple fishing. Literally drop it in the edge, chuck the pellet, they come to the sound of the pellet. I mean, you can use bait boats pretty much. It's 2 rods and barbless hooks. I think pretty much other than that, you know, there's no rules. So yeah, but there was just no point in taking a bait boat. There's a couple of islands there which look really nice, but you just didn't need to. You just needed to put the bait in. So keep it simple, you know, rather, and you just, you know, you're maximising your time and stuff. So I'll put a link to the Facebook page. There's a toilet on site, so if anyone's taking your kids or whatever, so there is a portaloo there. You park relatively close. Everyone ran at the beginning. You get there, the gate opens at 7:30, and everyone was running with the buckets. Now everyone went for the pegs next to the car park. Now I went, especially because I was filming, I went the complete opposite end in the corner. But yeah, whether they're doing that for convenience or whether they know something, I don't know. But yeah, the car park's closest, pegs there, or you can walk to the other end. The fishing at the moment is, well, on a Sunday, is 7:30 till 4. I spoke to the guy and he said that basically the sturgeon and the fish are getting hammered, so he's not the night fishing on the head. I think that's quite sensible, you know. He could earn a lot more money, but he's looking after his fish, so it's quite, you know, it's quite refreshing. And yeah, so I'll put a link to the Facebook page, and I'll put his phone number as well in the description. And yeah, you have to phone and book, and yeah, crazy place. So just editing this video, sorting out my fishing stuff. I'm going back out on the float. I'm going to go after crucian carp. I can't believe I haven't caught crucian carp this year. Pretty much would have caught one of them certainly by April. But yeah, we're going after crucians, which will be my 45th species. So that's today's plan. And yeah, I hope you're doing really well in your own fishing. Thank you very much for watching. It really is appreciated. And yeah, catch you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye now.